When it comes to being shocked and dismayed, the Duggars have a very different standard than the rest of the world. Take Josh Duggar's arrest on child pornography charges, for example. For most families, that would be the most appalling thing that's ever happened to them. But as far as anyone can tell, Jim, Bob and Michelle are far more concerned with the immodest attire that some of their daughters have been sporting lately. If you have been following the family for any length of time, then you're probably familiar with the infamous Duggar dress code. It's one more way for Jim Bob to exert control over his daughters, and a constant reminder that there's no aspect of their lives in which they're free from his influence. The stated goal, of course, is to keep the ladies from tempting men into having immoral thoughts. That's why, once they're married, it's the women's husbands who get to decide how they dress. Fortunately, some of Jim Bob's daughters married men who aren't complete psychopaths, which means the wives enjoy much greater freedom these days. Take Jill Duggar, for example. Jill cut ties with her family long before Josh's latest arrest, and these days, she's living her best life free from interference. And it seems she's deriving a great deal of pleasure from conveying to her former oppressors that all is well in her life. Jill is currently on vacation in Oregon, and just like her rebellious sister Jinger, she's experiencing much greater freedom on the West Coast. Glad to have some time to get away from some of the more stressful things of life lately, she captioned the photo above. Jill added the hashtags #CSIDerick and Dillard family vacati on 2021. Now, a photo of a grown woman kissing her husband on vacation may not seem very scandalous. But this is the Duggar family we're talking about. Pretty much all displays of affection are forbidden prior to marriage, and while couples are encouraged to flaunt their domestic bliss after tying the knot, a Duggar daughter kissing her shirtless husband is an unprecedented sight. Of course, we probably shouldn't be surprised, as Jill and Derick have been busting barriers for years now. We definitely wanted to address our sex life and things that have helped us to prioritize, like different games or questionnaires or date ideas, Jill said in a recent description of the couple's YouTube channel. Stuff like that helps, like, to put the spark back in there and the stress of life, especially during COVID when you're stuck at home and all, that you can still keep the fire alive, and you really need to. Well, it certainly seems like these two are having no trouble keeping the fire alive. And we mean that in more ways than one. Obviously, their marriage is one of passionate intensity, and as a bonus, pics like this serve to ignite Jim Bob's infamously short fuse. Hot isn't normally the term that comes to mind when one thinks of a Duggar couple, but these two are making it work.